So, once again, I'm back, and it's been quite some time since I've been having a chance to set all my equipment up, practice good enough to get to the point where I could play, fluid and not feel so uptight. I've been working a lot of hours, changed jobs, and so we moved into a new apartment. We got a new place. This is the guitar room, and it also functions as my fiance's makeup design studio. She's a makeup artist. So we have makeup stuff in here, and that's actually what the iPad is on. The iPad's on a makeup table, and a really nice table, actually. And then I'm playing one of my replicas. It's a wonderful specimen of guitar beauty. This also features the Dragonfire Fat Screamer pickups in both the neck and bridge position. I've rerouted the configuration of the controls here. This controls, these two right here control the neck pickup with a coil split, right? And then these two right here control the bridge pickup, because I want to be able to not have to reach all the way down. Anyways, I've talked about that in another video. And these are just some of my guitars I have out. You really can't tell this one right here, but there's a dime bolt, and then an Ibanez RG, and then of course my Kelly. That's in C sharp with a drop to like, I think it's like a B or something like that. Then the custom made, I made myself, Jackson Roswell Rhodes. Two more Ibanez's, one of my basses, and then an Explorer Telecaster, another Les Paul, and then some other guitars on the other side over there. There's the 12-string acoustic, another bass, and two Strats. So that's basically what I have here. And I have another guitar at my friend's house, and my pedal board. If I can get it in view there, it's basically I got all the Satriani pedals. There's my cat, one of my cats. That's my kitten. A couple reverb pedals, a couple of delay pedals, like 3 delay pedals, a flanger, fucking wah pedal, Joe Satriani wah, volume pedal, and the tones that you've been hearing are actually, so it's the Behringer Vintage Tube Master, and I actually replaced that, kick back the volume here, Behringer Tube Master, replaced a tube in there And then I'm going to the hardwire TL2 metal distortion, and that's where you're getting your gain. I'm running on the clean channel in the Marshall VS100. And then in the effects loop in the amp, I'm running just the memory toy. And sometimes I use the time machine as well. I love the time machine. But the memory toy is really nice. And of course I have the Moore Re-Echo, the Moore Electric Lady, Electro Harmonics Neoclone, and a little reindeer toy for my cat. And then the Cathedral Reverb and some other shit on there. But basically right now what you're hearing is the Behringer Vintage 2 Monster with a changed out 12AX7. I put a different one in there, and then we're going to be rocking the metal distortion, hardwire, Digitech, and then looped into the memory toy. I might switch to the time machine. We might get a little bit of wah, and that's pretty much it. The Class 5 isn't hooked up, and in that box is a whole bunch of pedals, man. A whole bunch of pedals, all kinds of tube pedals, and just distortion pedals and just delay pedals and everything you can think of. So we're playing through the Marshall VS100 clean channel, no reverb. Treble is down to like 1, middle is in the middle, and bass is dimed. That's basically how I rock this amp, man. I don't want too much treble in my stuff, and my pedals tend to do that for me. We're going through both the old school Marshall little cabinet and the Bugera. So basically we're rocking 812s right now. Volume is at like 1. So I'm going to put this back. We're going to play some more shit. Just wanted to give you a brief introduction to what we're doing here and where I've been and what I've been up to, man. I've been busy, and my cats and all that stuff. But I finally got a Saturday off. I had to work Saturday. I finally got a Sunday off to play. So let's rock. That's the Tube Monster and just the delay pedal, the memory toy. And the reason why I use that Tube Monster with the hard drive, the hardwire distortion on top of it is just to warm it up, to give it a little bit more, breath. I'll try out the time machine. So, memory toys off. I have the time machine set very subtly, and then of course the Re-Echo, the Moore Re-Echo pedal's nice. We're in E flat with the drop to C sharp, I believe it is. These are actually very old strings on this guitar. I probably should have changed them before I started playing. But I kind of had time today because my fiance, she went to work earlier. Kind of clean the house, drink a bunch of coffee. Started doing some laundry, some dishes, the house stuff, right? Spending time with my cats, cleaning up my cats, if you know what that means. And then I started playing guitar like about an hour ago, and I was like, you know what, man, I really want to make a video and just check in with some of these guys out there, But, still rocking this guitar, man, because it's a Chinese copy. It only cost me $300. It doesn't matter if it gets broken, All these other guitars, I don't want to put damage on them, you know what I mean? But I'll play this every day. Even though I really don't like Les Paul bodies because I can't really, at least my hands, I'm not that good at guitars. I can't really get up in here. So that's coil split. Actually, it's not. That was a normal neck. We're still just using the tube monster. That's just a tube monster and a Marshall. It sounds really creamy and beautiful. How about, I'll throw on the Ice 9 on top of it. How about that? We'll go into the more section of it. We're actually rocking on the vintage mode of the Ice 9 and the Tube Monster. That's the Satch Ice 9 and the Time Machine, real subtle delay. And then of course the Tube Monster is under all of that, just to kind of warm it up and give it, it's like broth, you know, when you cook a steak sometimes, or if you cook something, you want to have a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of garlic, you know, just kind of give it a nice under flavor, you know what I mean, like a good beer. You know, that's why I use that Tube Monster. And of course my amp is one of those AB amps, it's like a solid state and a fucking tube amp. It's not exactly a full tube amp, and it doesn't have any power tubes in it. All it has is one 12AX7, which I changed out for Electro Harmonics. Incidentally, the Electro Harmonics 12AX7 is also what I changed out the Tube Monster. It came with some Behringer bullshit tube, and that tube sucked. And it was really hairy, you know. And so what I did is I put a gold pin Electro Harmonics 12AX7, I think from this Svetlana factory. You know, I found it on YouTube on eBay for like, you know, $10-12 bucks. I put that thing in there, and all of a sudden that pedal rocks, man. I use it on with a very low gain setting, just so I can get clean tone out of it. You know, this is with the neck position and the coil split. A little harsh. Yeah, I definitely should have put new strings on this bad boy. I really haven't had a chance to play this guitar in particular. I haven't had a chance to play any of my guitars. I work in the oil field. Back in the day when all the guitars were behind me in 2 racks, I had a different place, and I worked for a company called Schlumberger. and they're a pretty, un-American company in terms of how it's ran. It's ran by a bunch of immigrants, and so, I work in a laboratory, like designing fluid, chemical stuff, whether it's for hydraulic stimulation or, well cementing. And so back then, I had a 7 day of a day shift and 7 days of a night shift schedule, like up and down, up at 7 days, 7 nights, and then like 4 days off. And so in my 4 days off, after I would recover from those shifts in that lab, I would have time to play guitar. So like you could always bank on every 5 or 6 days I had time to play guitar. And my fiance now, but at the time, she and her and I were just dating, and we dated quite heavily, and now we live together, planning on getting married here in December, probably around Hanukkah, first or second couple of days of Hanukkah, because we want to have like a candle wedding. And I think what we'll do is instead of following the Gregorian calendar date, like let's say we get married on December 2nd, right? Instead of always ritualizing our wedding anniversary on the December 2nd, we'll probably just follow the Hanukkah, right? And so every year, no matter when and where it's at, because sometimes it's November, sometimes it's December, depending on where the Gregorian calendar and the lunar calendar, the Hebrew calendar, coincide. Like this year it'll be December Hanukkah, next year it might be November Hanukkah, and then forward, and they come back like every 7 years. We might just follow the Hanukkah day, so like whatever third day of candlelight, if we choose that day, or the seventh day of candlelight, can you imagine a wedding where it's all dark and there's nothing but candles on tables, menorahs everywhere, candelabras everywhere, 7 candles lit all over the place, and then a thing where, in addition to my fiance, coming down, if here comes the bride or something like that, like as she comes down, she lights her candle with her dad's candle because they come together. And then together they light the candles, and all the bleachers and everybody starts lighting their candles as she walks up to the podium. And all the candles in the entire cathedral are lit, wherever we're at. And then together, her and I light 2 big candles. Just a candlelight wedding. That's just some of the shit that's going on in my life. I'm rambling. But now I switched companies and I work for a different company. We live together. And so I have, sometimes I have time and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm on call, like today I'm on call. And, I work for Baker now, Baker Hughes. They could call me in any 5 minutes. I could be called in right now, turn off the fucking guitar, and put on my shit and go out and start making fucking shit, But there's a good chance we might be off all day. So today I decided to dedicate it to guitar and seeing what the fuck you guys are up to, checking in with you guys. And I cleaned this bad boy up. I used, believe it or not, I actually used, that Black Magic or whatever stuff you can buy at the AutoZone for your car to do your leather and your vinyl. Black Magic, like, interior car cleaner. That's what this is, right? Use a microfiber towel, and look at that. It ain't oily. I used a microfiber towel to put it on and then get it off. It's not oily. And she just shines. In fact, I'm probably going to do that to all my guitars, is use this Black Magic shit. Because I'm pretty sure at some level, the oils in that solution probably help out. The rosewood, obviously, right? And then maybe that clear coat on top of the guitar. I could be wrong. I could have this. It could be acidic, and it could be eating my clear coat as we speak. I don't know. But I do know it looks beautiful. And so, I'm playing Old Faithful, China model, China USA. Fake guitar, fake fucking Chinese, fake fucking... Thought I'd just come hang out, make this video, maybe I'll clean up another guitar and make another video, and we'll hang out some more, smoke a cigarette, drink a beer, switch my laundry, put more stuff in, clean the litter boxes, that kind of thing. I'm not micing these amps with any, specific amps. This is literally the fucking mic off the iPad 2 sitting on my fiance's Drexel, makeup station that we have in this guest room here. It's like the guest room, guitar room, cat room, and then my supercomputers in here. Maybe eventually one day I'll get that computer with a microphone and a camera and a Shure, mic, and we'll have good audio. But right now I'm just not there in my life. I'm still in the process of stabilizing and acquiring more guitars and acquiring more gear so that the day I do retire and I do have time to do all that shit, I'll have everything I need to make, great sounding and great looking videos. But as it stands right now, these are all iPad videos. I do enjoy doing this. I wish I could do this more. I wish I had more time to just like Pixie Licks does. I wish I had more time to just kick back and play guitar and just hang out with you guys. But you know what? Rocking the Tube Monster or rocking the Time Machine? Let's try the Saturator on top of that Tube Monster. Turned off the Time Machine. We'll go to the Memory Toy. Crank up the gain on the Tube Monster, see if I can't get this Saturator to breathe a little better. That's with the volume all the way up. Volume all the way up on the Saturator in the More mode. Tone and gain are 12 o'clock and it's padded. Ooh, hear that? That's the Tube Monster. Because remember I just cranked the volume on the Tube Monster. Maybe I got a broken Saturator, That's one thing I noticed, is when I put the Saturator next to the Ice 9 is so much louder, right? And dynamically responds. Of course it has a bass control on it and tone control, but the Saturator doesn't. This is just a Tube Monster, right? Cranked up. Oh, I'm afraid my neighbor's going to get pissed off. But here's a Saturator, also on 10. And the Saturator, all these pedals are plugged up into a power supply, so it's not that it's not getting enough power. I guess it could be maybe have a bad patch cable, but then wouldn't that also cascade all the way down in series? Every other pedal would sound like shit. I don't know. But I noticed that the Saturator is not as loud as my other pedals. And so what we're going to run is the Tube Monster, and then and my cat sitting on my pedal board now. My black cat, that is. Look at him. Big ass black cat. Little panther man, little baby panther cat. We'll go ahead and throw the TL2 on top of all this and go back to shredding and then probably end the video. Yeah, in order to get the gain that I want, I have to throw that TL on top of my tube monster. Monster's off. This is just a TL. I just turned off the memory toy. You notice how it got quieter. Memory toy like really amps it up. Kind of loud. I like that. Kittens. I have 2 cats. My fiance has her cat, little kitten. Picked her up at the shelter. And then I have my black cat, little panther, sitting over here on the floor. And so this is the kitten. Her name is Minnie. She's gray and striped and spotty, and she has little white socks. We got her little nails for her claws because she tears up my fucking couches. Okay. That's Minnie. And triangle right here on the floor, manning the keyboard or manning the pedals for me. Well, that's all for this one. My laundry's done. Gotta take care of some shit. So, until I get to play and see you guys again, hope you guys have a nice and wonderful day. It's a Sunday. Tube Monster. Dragonfire pickups, Fat Screamers, in the up position, coil tapped. That's my alarm on my my dryer, so my clothes is now dry. I'll see you guys again soon. Have a good day, guys.